When you come to Jewell, first of all, you have some amazing success the first couple of games, and now you're kind of a marked man. That's the term I like to use. How's that feeling? How's that going?
It's been good. I got off to a good start. Just been, really confident. Stepping into the role of, being a big scorer. I've always been a scorer. But here it's kind of been amplified a little bit. And the coaches told me that I need to, put the ball in the basket. And when you get off to that good start, you're not a secret anymore.
Right.
So teams are gonna, deny me the ball, and they've been doing that the past few games. So we've been working out on the practice floor. I've told, the guys that guard me in practice, to do what they do in games. So I'm guarded the same way. And we've worked on getting open where I can get the ball and have a little bit of isolation, things like that. But we're working through it. So,
coming from JUCO, did you have a similar offense? Was there similar fundamentals involved?
Yeah, it was a similar offense. We ran a ball screen offense as well. But JUCO's a little bit more run and gun. Constantly getting out. So my job was to get out and spot up.
Yeah.
Point guard would push it. I got a lot of threes out of transition. That's probably been the biggest difference with style of play.
You like that though? You like to go?
A little bit. Not so much on the defensive end, but no, it's been. I like it here more. I like it's more, a little bit more structured. More, the scout's a little bit heavier. You know what's coming a little bit more. We have a lot more sets. And the coaches are a lot better at asking me where I want the ball,
right.
Where I want to do my work. So
you, as we said, come out and kind of set the world on fire in the first couple of games and shot the ball extremely well. Do you have to have that shooter's mentality at this point that you just keep putting them up there knowing that they're going to fall sooner or later?
Yeah, it's a long season. I always go through stretches where I don't shoot it as well. And then I go through stretches like the start where I shoot pretty well. It's just repetition, just staying in the gym, keeping a positive mindset. I've always said you react the same way to a make as a miss. Just keep your head in there, and keep plugging away and know that they're going to fall, or if they do fall, just try and repeat that.
Matt, you were telling me your dad was a basketball coach for 12 years?
Yeah.
And son of a coach, help a lot at this level?
Yeah, definitely. I've always had a high IQ on the court, and that's definitely a huge advantage. Being a skinny, non-athletic guy.
Is that what you are?
Yeah.
I have not noticed that.
No, so you got to be smart. Having a coach or a dad that's a coach really helps with that. He's always let me know, little late game situations or little tricks or anything like that, and just developing. I've learned from all my coaches, but my dad definitely taught me just about everything I know about the game. So,
who do you look to as being a similar player in the pro ranks or something like that?
I've been compared to a less athletic Chandler Parsons a little bit.
Okay.
Shooter, crafty around the rim a little bit. That's. I just try and model my game a little bit. After guys like that. Klay Thompson maybe a little bit. Because when you are not athletic, you have to be more skilled than the athletes, and that just takes time in the gym. You got to be able to shoot the ball consistently. You got to be able to be crafty around the rim, things like that. So it does take more work, but I like it that way.
Play any other sports in high school?
No, not in high school.
Okay. No. Basketball was a club deal for you as well as a high school sport?
Yeah, it became year-round. I always had a love for it. I was in the gym when I was little, watching my dad coach, the varsity team, and I saw, it just kind of clicked. That's what I want to do. And I had a ton of role models to look up to. And it was just, I was in the gym every day. That's where I like to be. So.
Best moment as a basketball player in your life?
Wow. Probably when I first, realized that I'm going to play college basketball. Yeah. That was always the dream of mine at any level. And it was a long road. couple schools, committed, decommitted, things like
Really?
that. It's been a long road, but once I realized that that dream's going to come true, it was a surreal feeling.
Now, tell me about that, because there was an injury involved in there somewhere, correct?
Yeah. I committed to the University of Albany my sophomore year of high school, Division I in New York. And my junior year, third game of the year, I had I had a concussion during a game, had a seizure on the floor, was in the ICU for a week.
Wow.
So that was a scary deal, and that was the day after I committed, actually. And then, so things, I sat out most of that year. And, nothing changed with Albany. Just some things, happened with my family that I needed to stay close to. And, it became a bigger deal than it needed to be, as a sophomore, getting a Division I offer.
Right.
That becomes a big deal, which is pressure. But then, my family, I just wasn't comfortable going 17 hours away during that time. So I decided to stay, and my junior college is 20 minutes from my house. And the biggest thing was, I wanted my parents to see that I was doing well, being able to come to my games, and not have to worry about, me in college and things like that.
Right.
And then, my junior college was awesome. And then recruiting started picking up last year, and I came on my visit here, and everything just felt right. So.
Yeah. What did you learn from that whole experience?
You got to do things that are important to you. You can't listen to what other people want you to do, or do things for the image. Division I is everyone's goal as a basketball player. And then, once you get it as a sophomore, people immediately jump to that you shouldn't have it. There's some reason, you're not good enough, things like that. So rumors start, and you get in your own head a little bit. But definitely just doing what's important to you, choosing the right school for the reasons that are for you. If you do it for someone else, I just don't think that you are going to be happy in the long run. But with college basketball, with all these levels, there's so many options to be happy. It's fun to be out on the court. That was the biggest thing for me.
You said that when you visited Jewell, something clicked. What was that thing? What did you like about Jewell when you saw it?
The people. Coach Holly was awesome. I met with him one-on-one, and it just felt right. When I played pickup with the guys, it felt right. Hanging out with them at night. I've always said, if you're surrounded by the right people, everything just is easier.
Sure.
So that was the biggest thing for me. I really like the area as well. It's about 4 hours from my house, which is about the perfect distance.
Yeah.
Can get home if I need to, but I'm also far enough away to have a little separate life here,
right,
which is good. And then I like the conference. I know that it's highly competitive. You're going to come out every night and get everybody's best shot, and it's some of the highest D2 basketball played. So that was definitely very interesting for me.
How about the level of academics? Challenging for you?
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. JUCO was a little bit easier than here. It's just been more work. But the biggest difference, I think, is, at JUCO you're doing general education, so you're just kind of knocking out credits.
Right.
Here, I'm doing things towards my career in business. So it makes it easier to do the work, but it's definitely more time-consuming. You got to be, balance your priorities a little bit. I'm doing homework on the bus, things like that. It's been a definite adjustment.
What kind of business are you going to be in when basketball's over?
My dream job is to be a realtor. I like talking to people. I've always wanted to do something in sales. And I don't know, realty's always just appealed to me. And eventually I'd like to be a high school coach, if that works out, with the high IQ I have, and with learning from so many great people, including Coach Holly now and Coach Williams. It's been just wanting to pass that knowledge on and, help people not make the same mistakes that I did, things like that. So.
Right. You want to play after college? Would you take the opportunity?
If the right opportunity came. I haven't thought about it too thoroughly. But if the right opportunity came, I love this game. I love being on the court. I mean, I can't sit out. It's, you know, when I'm hurt, I just can't do it. So if the right opportunity came, definitely, you know. But I'll always play as long as I can move. So.